Alright, we're gonna attempt today to fix these headphones. My son brought them home from school, and you can see they're not working because this cord has been pulled. You can see it's thick over here, but it's thin in the middle. So if we cut this right here, all we see is plastic. There's no wire. So we gotta cut it back here a little bit more, and then we see the actual wire. Now this is gonna be, you can tell already, very tricky to fix because these wires are tiny. We'll see if we can even do this. I got my smallest, okay, so we've got two ends here. Basically what we need to do now is solder these all together. But that is much easier said than done. This is enameled wire, which means we can't just like tie them together. The enamel will like insulate it. So when we do this, we have to make sure if the ends where the enamel is worn off are connected. So I'm going to slip a piece of shrink tubing onto each of these. This will insulate them from one another once the soldering is done. This is always kind of a pain, but you have to do it. Now, normally what I would do is I would kind of splice these two wires together, bring them together, but since they're so small and I have to make sure that the ends are connected, I'm actually going to just kind of smash them together and let the solder do all the work. So I'm going to kind of twist them together almost like you would a rope or whatever. And then I'm just going to kind of fold it back on itself like that. Lay it sort of flat like that. And then kind of re-braid it on there. And then I'm going to solder these two together. So I got my soldering iron hot. Let's see, I got my solder. This is definitely not like a super ultra precise way to do this, but we're just going to give it a shot. Get my cord out of the way here. Gonna heat this up. I've got a big iron and a big piece of solder here, so we'll see how this goes. We're just gonna try to solder this stuff together. All right, got these all soldered together. And then hopefully we can just slide this shrink tubing right over the top of those and we'll shrink them down. These wires are small and pretty delicate, so gotta be careful with them. Should work okay though. That's one. This one's gonna be hard because it shrunk a lot from the heat from the soldering. I'm actually gonna cut that one open a bit. There we go. That one on. I'll slide this one over. Okay, now we'll turn on the heat gun. Okay, looks pretty good. Next thing I'm gonna do is just test them. By plugging them into my computer. And see if I can hear sound out of them. Before I finally clean it up and Let's see here. Okay, yep, sound great. Here, I'll turn this up. This is just to add some random cutting. So here's the video. You can hear, holding them up, you can hear sound through them again. So, sounded great.